I think this Australian Idol program is one of the finest programs we've had on television. I love the prospect of a forum being given to establish, discover and encourage young people with ability. But I don't think we've ever had a more popular winner of any competition than Damien Leith, last year's Idol winner, for one very simple reason. Embarrassing it might be for him to say, but I'm going to say it. He just can't help being a nice bloke. He's just had his second child and his wife. They've got 2 little kids. Lovely fella. He's the same bloke as he was when he first auditioned, and there were a couple of occasions during the course of the competition that 1 or 2 of those judges who can't sing, or one in particular who couldn't sing a note, didn't think this bloke had any ability at all. So he's been made to look stupid. But it's taken off, and it's on again now. So Damien Leith now is everywhere, and his first single is called 22 Steps.
If I were him, I'd know your birthday, just what to get, the colours you wear. We'd borrow bikes, we'd ride on Sunday.
That's from his first album, solo album, called Where We Land. 9 of the 11 songs were written by him. He's here with me. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're barely awake.
You can tell the bags under my eyes. There's a baby that isn't sleeping at the moment. So
how old are the children?
Well, 2 years old, Jarvis, and Jagger's 3 months now. So yeah, and it's Jarvis, the 2-year-old, that's not sleeping. The 3-month-year-old is unconscious every night. So you couldn't predict it if you wanted to. You know.
Wonderful. How do you get time to write the songs? 9 of the 11?
The only way I found time was really my wife. Actually, she's the greatest balancer of everything going on at the moment. So she, her support really gave me the time.
It's been hectic since you won Idol. I mean, you never expected to win Idol. Let's be honest.
Not at all. Not at all. Really and truly, even right now, I still kind of pinch myself, and especially now with the new album, I look at it and say, did that actually, did it really happen? It's surreal. It really is surreal.
But it's lovely, isn't it? You always say that the greatest influence on your music in the mid-2000s is the woman who now is your wife.
Yeah, absolutely. She, I went through a patch after I'd been over to America and had a bit of a stint there, and it didn't work out, and I came back disheartened, and she came along and said, get up and keep on going. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. So I'm serious, and she took no nonsense from me whatsoever. And she hasn't done so since either.
So when you came back in 2003 to Australia, having been over there, and in between Idol, what were you doing?
I was working as a chemist, so I kept up the job in the pharmaceuticals, and I'm just gigging, 3 or 4 times a week, just singing as much as I could.
And was she the one who said, have a shot at Idol?
She wasn't actually. It was friends of ours with Island. We were all together, and as a group, they all turned around and said, go on down to the audition. We were in Darling Harbour. The audition was in Darling Harbour.
Thousands of them.
Yeah, and we saw the queues and all the rest from where we were, and the guy said, go down. And they even told me what to sing. They said, sing The Blower's Daughter. They heard me singing it, and I said, all right.
I was interested in a comment made recently. You said one of the realities of the show is that you've got to accept a lot of people don't like it. Who don't like it? I mean, what sort of people don't like it? The notion of providing a forum for young people
to
show their talent, I think is fantastic.
I think it's amazing. And I mean, for me personally, I'm a massive supporter of the show, and as I said to the guys who do it and produce it, I'll support them all the way. But you get you read some horrible articles and things like that, which
throw them in the bin.
Yeah, well, that's it. You throw it to one side, but there's also 1 or 2 that kind of get to you a little bit, and you go, why do you do that?
Well, we had a little bit of an exchange. I actually went one night. Marcia asked me to go, so I sat there, and that was the night when this young man was pilloried, and in a very distressing stuff. It was awful stuff. So as we then bumped into one another, I didn't know him from a bar of soap. He didn't know me, and I stopped him in the corridor, and I said, can I just have a word with you? He said, yes. You're very downcast. And I said, God gave you 2 ears. Do you know why? To let that stuff go in one and out the other. A big smile.
Never a truer word said.
Big smile.
I'm serious. That week, and would you believe I've only watched that. It was about 4 weeks ago. I watched that week, and I saw the review and all the rest and what they said. That was rough. It was really rough. Right. No wonder I felt so bad that week. I went around with my shoulders, scrunched. I was.
You've got something special for us.
I do, yeah. I'm going to sing Danny Boy.
An Irishman singing Danny Boy.
Yeah, it's
No one's ever heard this?
no, it's on the album,
on
and
the
it's
album?
it's you're the first person ever to.
Here we go. This is Damien Leith and Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley is hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny Boy, oh, Danny Boy, I love you so. And when you come and all the flowers are dying and I am dead, as dead I well may be, then you will go and find the place where I am lying, and you will kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear how soft you tread above me, and all my dreams will warm and soft to be. If you not fail to tell me that you love me, then I will sleep in peace until you come to me.
Isn't that beautiful? Damien recorded that, I think, on one microphone for a friend.
Yeah,
Heard it and said it's got to go on the album.
a very sick friend actually in Queensland who's getting open heart surgery actually in a week's time. So yeah, she's just been a great.
Just beautiful. Well, the album's called Where We Land, which is a bit autobiographical, really, for Damien, and the single is 22 Steps, but that's beautiful. Danny Boy. There are two non-originals. That's one of them. Danny Boy. You're going to be touring. A beautiful. You wrote for your wife.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I mean, she's been a massive inspiration for me.
A lovely expression of that relationship. So you're going to be touring, and we'll tell them later about that. The tour later on kicks off on November 1 at the Panthers and takes him to Sydney, Newcastle, the Central Coast. We'll tell you all of this. Wollongong, Canberra, Melbourne, Brisbane and Tasmania. A wonderful ornament for the show. You're one of the show's greatest advertisements, and congratulations on that, and good luck with everything, including the two little ones. And I hope the 2-year-old actually sleeps from time to time.
Oh, I tell you, please.
Isn't that lovely? Damien Leith.
Thank you very much.
Solo album called You're Welcome, Damien. Where We Land, released by Sony BMG. Any information about Damo is on the website www.damienleith.com.au. Thanks for your company this morning. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Where